Understanding Antonio Conte's Chelsea tactics. Antonio Conte joined Chelsea in April 2016 and in 2 seasons would go on to win a Premier League and an FA Cup. In the 2016-17 season, Antonio Conte's Chelsea amassed 93 points and a record-breaking 30 wins in the league at that time. In his first 2 months at Chelsea, Antonio Conte actually used the 4-2-3-1 system, winning 3 games, drawing 1 and losing 2, but the most notable loss coming at Arsenal away, 3-0, where he would concede 3 goals in 40 minutes and make the tactical switch at half-time to change to a 3-4-3, bringing on Marcos Alonso. This change alone won Chelsea the Premier League, and I'm just going to explain how he did it. David Luiz in the middle of the centre-backs as a sweeper/ball carrier. He would have a midfield pivot of Nemanja Matic and N'Golo Kante, with Victor Moses and Marcos Alonso holding the width on the flanks, with Eden Hazard and Pedro deployed as the wide men, with Diego Costa at low number 9. Antonio Conte's natural offensive shape in possession at Chelsea was either a 2-3-5 or a 3-2-5, depending if the centre-back were to step into midfield to create numerical superiority, which most of the time Cesar Azpilicueta and David Luiz were very capable of doing. And then in the final third, Eden Hazard and Pedro would act as inside forwards, attacking the half space between the fullback and the centre-back, having both wing-backs keeping the width on the flanks. Eden Hazard was given a lot more licence and freedom under Antonio Conte. He would sometimes even pick up the ball in the 10 role and sometimes even drop deeper to pick the ball up and progress it himself. Nemanja Matic and N'Golo Kante under Antonio Conte at Chelsea were essential to the way they wanted to play, having Kante usually anchoring Nemanja Matic as he steps into the final third to help the team out in the final phase, whilst also bringing in one of the 3 centre-halves into midfield to stop any quick transitions or counter-attacks, and having N'Golo Kante being almost the anchor for Nemanja Matic to go forward and create. And this is shown really well when you look at Nemanja Matic's assist stats that season, where he had 7 in just the Premier League alone. Build-up play under Conte was primarily based on wide overload, creating wide diamonds with the centre-back, wing-back and centre midfielder to progress the ball up the pitch. The reason why most people label Antonio Conte as a defensive manager is his idea to prioritise the defensive side of the game. When losing the ball, Antonio Conte's Chelsea did not counter-press and did not high-press. They would usually drop back into shape quite quickly, usually a 5-4-1. However, if you look at the best teams in the Premier League at the moment, Tuchel's Chelsea, Klopp's Liverpool, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, they all counter-press, and this is because when they win the ball back they can sustain pressure over large periods in games. However, Antonio Conte's Chelsea side was efficient when it came to attacking. They could turn a slow build-up into a fast build-up and break you down in seconds. They had a very efficient way of playing, and the chance creation was usually quite high. There are pros and cons with Antonio Conte for sure, but there is no doubting that Antonio Conte is a sensational manager. And if you want to see content like this on a more regular basis, please do not forget to follow my Twitter. Cheers.